A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Bobby Wagner of Seattle. He'll get credited for the tackle. On second down, here's Mahomes. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Mahomes again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up fourth down.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the leading rusher of the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his second Pro Bowl. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he connects with Ertz. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's NFC football here to begin quarter number 2. Breeze now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it third down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrick Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 50. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it. Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play.
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the AFC adds on to their lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit... More effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios, right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Burks over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, Breeze. Looking deep downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Breeze to his Saints teammate Thomas for the NFC first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. They got spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Breeze going to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off the play. It looked like he let him roll too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think?
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Geno Atkins got home that time. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will do it for this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now Breeze. Ertz has it left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They fake the give, now Mahomes. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion. But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 42 yards. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
95-56.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play with the score AFC 17, NFC 3.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here's Breeze. Open here, Adam Thielen. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st down, Connor. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit.
And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the AFC adds on to their lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
it is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And Jones has it over the middle. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Breeze. It's caught. Jones. Well, they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during the, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down. He finds a way to convert.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end, Zach Ertz, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Here's Breeze to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
To throw, it's Breeze. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good rally to the football holds him to 2, and that brings up a 4th down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. Mahomes going to throw it here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the